Here's Hauschka now to kick it away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Who that? Who that? Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Here's Le'Veon Bell's first carry as a New York Jet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Slam, slam.
Here's Darnold. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
We're going to sign. Go 58 to the mic. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bills' 44-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. This one caught by Crowder. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Was looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Ed Oliver brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Yeah. Red 80.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. Caught here by Bell. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape. or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
That's complete to Meredith. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Check pass, check pass. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Anunwa's got it, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
Mike 49.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll run. This is Powell. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead at 7-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Oh, here we go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
New York set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 28-yard line.
Hey, son. 21, Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Go on. Come on, D. Hey, son.
On 2nd down now. It's Bell, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the 1 weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And here's Allen. Going to throw again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen going to leave it on the draw from McCoy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And the Bills' first down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Exit.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing now is Allen. And Jones has it over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd.
Right there. 54. 54.
From the gun, it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. On the catch, it's Crowder. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Stop your whining.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's caught. Jones. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 96 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. New York set to take the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get in the field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. But you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc. To try again after the sack. Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 16 yards, a first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Jets first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now, lady. 58, boy. 58. 58, Mike. Now, watch run. 58's the Mike.
Darnold. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check 4, check 4. Hey, tight. Check 43. Kill.
So they start the second half with a carry by McCoy. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Kill. Turn up.
On 2nd and a yard. Allen, he's going deep for Brown. He's got it at the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, 67 yards, and the Bills have taken the lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Danny.
A 1st down throw. Darnold. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's going to go down again. Now, before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. White now to return. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The corner, Perry Nickerson, had the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Allen hands off to McCoy. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On second and 11 now. Allen. And the grab by Croft. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
56.
From the gun, Allen. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
We play to win. Let's go.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Check. Watch 54.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40.
Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. I'm going to run you over.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun. Allen. He wants it all for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. And a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there. Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
We're going to start. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, pick your game up.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Well, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Round 80. 53 is the mark. Middle. Here I come again.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
On 2nd down at 4, Allen. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone, but sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
We got this.
At their own 35-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Flush to his right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
53, check 53. Cut, lady.
To throw again on second down. Darnold. And he slings one that's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about an on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
10th carry now for McCoy. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Pro Bowler C.J. Mosley, the Ravens' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll go again to McCoy. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Bills on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8.
Right there, 54, right there.
Allen now, operating from the gun. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th now in Minneapolis. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
Tighten down. There you go. Tighten up. Ready? Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch the pass. 58, right over 80. Mike, 58, right there.
Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Anunwa the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves,
he'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. This give is to McCoy. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
57, Mike, 57. Over. 57. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
To throw is Allen. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Side. 58, 58, Mike. Check. And 80. 58 to Mike. Hey, echo. 58 to Mike. You're trash. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he rifles one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Darnold now to throw. And he comes back with one complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Bills, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody. We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the New Orleans Saints. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set. My boy, 47. Check, 47. Pick me up.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Darnold. And he finds a man with a crossing route. 11 yards there, first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Check my 47. Get that quarterback at all costs.
They'll run on first down. Bell. 10 more there and another first down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
We're going to sign it. 47 is the mic. You going to see me in your nightmares, son.
Nunez got it, complete. Finding room inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Don't get nervous.
Here's Darnold. He's looking deep for Bell. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Mike, 47. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Watch the backer. Watch the backer. 47.
After the sack on first down, Darnold caught here by Bell. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Let's go.
They'll get just a couple, but the sticks move again.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
I think Le'Veon Bell is now recognized mainly for his hesitation move, but he makes so many people miss. I think that's what makes him an elite runner in this league.
He's been doing that since high school when he was a Groveport Cruiser in Ohio and on to Michigan State and now into the National Football League. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Pull it together.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 2-yard touchdown run. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10, just shy of the 30. From the gun, it's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Crunch time, defense.
Here's Breeze to throw. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off it. The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the New York Jets. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
And he's got room. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now, I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On first down, it's Bell. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Second and 5 now. Darnold got an open man. It's a noon one. A gain there of 21 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, saying, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. They'll try the right side with Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal.
Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 at their own 24. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From the 29, Newton.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Newton.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the curl.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton, and that's complete to McCaffrey. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Newton, this will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware.
And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. New York set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Off of play action, Darnold. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Throwing on second down. Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Defense wins championships, baby.
A first down throw, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. He was looking for a Nunwa there, and now it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing the receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. On first and 10, Darnold. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Well, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Here we go.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 33-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Johnson. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Ross Cockrell. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
To throw is Newton. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now Newton. And that is going to be incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready? 180. Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but and they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Henry Anderson able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
They will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Artis Payne. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Jordan Jenkins there on the tackle. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll run with McCaffrey. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now left side on the swing pass. And some room to roam now. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Ken, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Bravo.
Now Darnold. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Catanzaro now for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
Makes the score Jets 17, Panthers 16.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
Mike 54. Here we are. Check. 8.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And that's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Back to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And out across midfield, down to the 45. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Back to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Newton. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Running with the fullback, Alex Arma. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 8. On the give, this is their fullback. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And Gano's kick is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Mike, check, 59. Here we go. Hey, Mike 7. 59, Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
1st down, Jets.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. One last throw now for Darnold. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte. EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the New York Jets. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set, 19, Mike 54. I'm coming.
Watson on 1st down, setting up the screen for Miller. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
This is it, 19. Right there, 54 Mike. Hey, come on now, come on now.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now a 1st carry for Lamar Miller. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete. Darryl Roberts right there on the coverage.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. He's got a 1st down past the 30 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
On 1st down, Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Here's Darnold, a screen to Bell. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Darnold. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
3rd and 2, Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Catanzaro's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays. Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted. Anunua's got it, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield. From the 39, Darnold. He's going to air one out for Ant. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Houston. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Tremaine Johnson could not be contained on the corner blitz. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. From the gun, here's Watson.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation.
And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Flush to his right. And incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world.
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Darnold under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to air. He's got a man. Complete. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 89 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Set, 19, 54, right 54. Here we go. Deuce, 59.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson eluding the pressure right. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The dump-off gets them 9, so now they're in much better shape for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Watson escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 1st and 10, Darnold And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Second down and 10, Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. He's at the 30, the 20. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Under pressure, they got him again. Jadeveon Clowney able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this third quarter. Back now in Houston. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. On the catch, it's Crowder. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Darnold found his target. It's Anderson. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. And not a blitz there, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Marcus May with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Point after now from Catanzaro. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Hey, here we go.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur.
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, 74 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
At their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they...
It's caught inside the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 62 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2.
Another timeout.
One last throw here for Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
40. Here we go, sign. Check 41. Let's get the ball.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long from Houston.